Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 8 of season 3 of Invincible. This is the final episode of the season. At the end of last episode, after everything that Mark had went through with, well, all the other Marks that just jumped him and started wreaking havoc on the planet. And then not only that, having to deal with Angstrom and him getting away yet again. Just as they're trying to rebuild and recoup, a Viltrumite shows up. Didn't realize at the time, this particular Viltrumite is voiced by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Glenn and Negan are about to face off yet again in a different format, and hopefully this time, Glenn can get his revenge. That's where we left off. And I don't know where we go from here. We are not in the state to defend ourselves against this at this point. I'm banking and hoping on Alan or Nolan arriving to give us a little bit of an aid, or who knows, maybe he can hold his own against this guy. Honestly, with how things have been, I'm kind of in doubt that that's going to be the case. So I guess we'll just have to find out. If you want to see the full reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is a watch along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time codes for actually the entire episode. Over there, get the same thing for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on what movies to react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel, help us do the things we do for here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. And with that all sent out of the way, let's hop into the final episode of season 3. I thought you'd never shut up. Here we go. Ooh. The Viltrumite callers for the final title card. Oh God. Oh! God, man, Earth cannot catch a break at the moment. Can we take this out of the city, please?
Right about now, Anissa would be telling you how the Viltrum Empire would turn this wretched planet into a utopia. How you would be stupid to resist. I'll tell you no such thing. The truth is, I want you to resist. I'm not here to save you. I'm not here to spread the greatness of the Viltrum Empire.
He's just here to beat some ass.
I'm here because I enjoy this. See, to me, there is no greater pleasure than feeling the warmth of my fists drenched in blood.
Good God.
Okay, that's a start.
This is wild that it's these two facing off like this, especially after that little monologue there.
I want more.
Yeah, okay. Just like Nolan said back on the other alien world, man, you gotta just cut loose, no holding back. And I think that deal with Angstrom might have been a baby step to get to that, because he was going to do the deed, but he slipped away. But Mark's maybe ready now to cross those lines or not worry about it anymore, which is scary, but at this point, very necessary. Oh my God, what a crazed face. You know, I have dentists in Viltrum. What the what a psycho. Alright, well, we had our little reprieve from civilization. Hopefully we land somewhere a little remote. Nice. Well, shit. Couldn't get that lucky, could we?
Gonna go your way?
Damn near certain.
Mark! That's not too far away. I can help.
Oliver, keep moving and keep your distance. Don't let him grab you.
Aww.
If it's too dangerous, you get out of there.
Oh my God.
Shit.
Oh no. Oh, that was sick. Oh my god. Dude.
Come on!
Oh, they're too fast. Shit, dude. Oh! Oh! Fuck! Dude, the animation's popping off on this one. Oh, all you had to do was ask.
Just listen.
Are you crazy? You think I'm gonna give you a chance to surrender? I am having the time of my life here. Don't give up. You can do this. You still got a chance. You just need the right motivation.
Oh no.
When I am done with you, I am going to kill everyone else.
Uh-oh. Ooh! Whoo!
And you are. I prefer to know who I'm dismembering.
Maybe 2 of them will be enough, but I don't know.
Oliver, get out of here.
We can beat this guy! I know it!
Idiot. You need all the help you can get. The time I spent killing him might have given you a moment to gather your thoughts. Where is your Viltrumite heart? Until I see it beating in my hand, I won't
Wow.
believe you have one. Show me the rage!
Ooh! Nice!
Almost there.
Dude, he wants a good fight. He wants the thrill of the battle. He wants Mark to unload pocket sand. Pocket. I thought I saw him grab a fistful of dirt. Oh my goodness.
All you got? This is just not gonna end well for you.
This has to happen now of all times. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Right?
Probably the most powerful superhuman I've ever seen, beating the living shit
Oh my
out of
God.
what's definitely the strongest superhero on this planet.
Yeah, it's not looking very good.
Good news, Sinclair.
Oh! Are those Rihanna marks?
2 weeks away from even a trial run.
Oh no.
Going to be godlike when we're done.
Oh my god, this is insane.
This is a breaking news.
There's
report.
3 of them. But it's like, what did Nolan say? Like, he's as strong as a regular Viltrumite. He just has to be able to tap into that. He's always holding himself back.
Where's Mark? What happened? How long have I been out?
Almost a week.
You don't have to worry. This is a special place. They're keeping your identity secret.
I mean,
What
she's
is
very
that?
familiar with this place.
Oh my god. Mark!
Mark? You mean, wait, that's your boyfriend?
I have to help him.
Aww.
Please, calm down. You can't even walk yet.
Do I look like I need to walk?
I mean, valid, I guess.
Playing with you. Getting to know a new toy.
Ooh, that's
Let's step things up.
demoralizing.
Not that I'm not having fun, but I am starting to wonder why they sent me. Beating you, conquering your pathetic planet, it's too easy. Fun, but easy. Met your father, you know. He showed so much promise when he was younger. Now he's dead, executed just before I left.
Now, you
It's
think
sad,
that.
Really? I would have loved to have seen the look on his face after I told him that I killed you.
Eat one, you old sack of turds.
Get out of here.
You can't fight him alone. But look at him. He's old as dirt. We can take him down together.
Don't let that
Not
distract
weak.
you.
Thanks for coming back. I'm gonna split you in half and eat your heart. How's that sound?
Jesus Christ.
Get away from him.
Take a break while I focus on the boy.
Oh no. And he can't even really do anything to stop him from doing so. Oh. Oh! Oh my god! They're baby teeth! It's fine.
Not done yet.
Oh my god!
You feel your body starting to rip. First, your muscles tear, then your vertebrae, they separate. If you're able to focus through the pain, it's your skin next. Pulled to its breaking point. Just as it starts to rip. This is going to be amazing.
Mark! Okay. Good God.
Our guys think you would even take Nolan down, and you're not exactly ready for the field because of the last Viltrumites who came through here.
I can rearrange matter, Cecil. So I might be the only person on Earth who can stop him. And Mark's out there.
If only they had like a kryptonite, because she could just make it.
I don't want you to miss this.
Oh no. Is this gonna be like the train, but just amped up to 11? Oh! He didn't even have to hit him. The shockwave alone. Oh, there. Oh my god. Yep. Oh. Oh! All over again. Uh-oh.
Get away from him, you animal.
Good idea.
Mark!
Get out of here. Go.
Oh! Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Cute.
Whoa, wait, what the hell?
I increased the density of the air.
Oh, nice. Yo! Let's go! You know, again, if those mental blocks weren't there, this would be a very different fight.
I hear you breathing hard. How long can you keep this up?
Tired of your bullshit.
Oh! God damn, these combo moves. Damn, dude. Oh, nice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh!
So pretty. Such a waste.
Oh my God.
No! Eve, please. I can't do this without you. I can't live without you. Please, please, please. Eve. No, stop. Don't try to talk, okay? It's Cecil! I need you, Cecil!
Oh, such a strong bond. Viltrumites have nothing like this. It's a weakness, really.
Oh.
Delicious. If you've got anything to tell her, I wouldn't wait. Oh, too late? You know, while I have your attention, I want to thank you, Mark. You know, it's not often I get to cut loose like this. You did something to piss us off, and I thank you for it.
My
this
God,
has
dude,
been
this
an
guy.
immense joy.
I don't care how strong you are. I don't care how fast you are. I can see the future. You don't live to see tomorrow.
After all I've done, after
I mean, he's not been in any of the futures
you
we've
still
seen.
Think you can threaten me? I dare say, child, you are starting to impress me. Do your worst.
Oh! Oh my goodness! Huh!
Now we're getting somewhere.
God damn. He's got, holy shit, I just forgot about the other leg. He's only got one good leg and one good arm left.
Stronger. That's not how it works.
Oh! Give him the good old Rick Grimes! Wow, having this focused all over her body. Oh, 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 oh! She's unlocked! She's unlocked!
I am so lonely. All the other Viltrumites are scared of me. No one talks to me. No one wants to be my friend. They think I am unstable.
Well, they might be
send
onto
me from
something.
Planet to planet, committing atrocities in their name. And as I get better at it, they fear me more and more. I am a victim of my own success. Conquest. I don't even get a real name.
Wow,
Only a
that's
purpose.
fucked up.
I am capable of so much more, and no one sees it.
Okay,
Some days I
and?
feel so alone I could cry, but I don't. Because what would be the point? Not a single person in the entire universe would care. Take it to your grave.
Wow. What if we could be friends? You know, we have therapy. I'll hear you out. I'll be your friend. Stop! For fuck's sake. Eve, erase him! Dude, she's going full on Phoenix over here. God damn.
Jerk.
Wow.
Eve.
Maybe even untethered, she still isn't strong enough. Well, fuck.
This time,
Holy shit. Baked to the flesh.
sure she's dead.
Don't touch her!
Got more than enough fight left in me for you, boy.
Oh my god. What? Mark, all right, you're down to a forehead and one leg.
Not enough. Not nearly. Is this what you wanted? You enjoy yourself?
Oh
Still
my
having
god.
Fun?
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Eve.
Mark.
You're alive. I thought you were...
Mark, am I naked?
Just a little. He's actually a little more naked. He even took off his skin. Wow. Way to be late.
Huh.
So that's it? That's all you got? Huh? God. Holy shit. Thank God. Her barriers went down when she passed out.
3 days. You were pretty hurt.
What happened?
You don't remember?
I remember that you died.
No, I didn't die. I just got really close.
How?
I was given powers while I was still in the womb, but they put in mental blocks to limit what I could do. But when something really traumatic happens, it overrides those blocks, and I can use my powers without any limitations.
We need to get a handle on that.
Almost dying was stressful enough to allow me to rebuild my entire body.
I would have died without you.
Me too.
And to think that even with that block gone,
There's
oh
so
Jesus
much work
Christ.
involved in rebuilding these bodies. We're inventing new tools to do it.
Like, even despite having those barriers removed, he still survived what she did.
He was just one Viltrumite. And I bet now that he's dead, there's going to be a whole lot more on their way here.
At least we know, based on his report, his little last confession, none of them are as strong as him, based on what he said. I hope that's true.
Instead of dinner and a movie, I think we'll be working tonight.
I gathered.
Wait, so he's even found love on the inside. What the fuck? This guy.
I am so sorry.
Why?
When I married your father, I didn't know the life I'd be giving you, the responsibilities you'd have. I think back on every time we asked, did you get your powers yet? How hopeful we were.
You did everything right. Everything.
Mark, I love you so much.
I love you too. How's Oliver?
He's okay. He's just down the hall.
God, that was almost 30 straight minutes of a fight. One fight, by the way.
I wanted to thank...
Where's Conquest?
He's dead, Mark. You killed him.
Where's his body?
Oh. He knew immediately what they were gonna do. He just needs to see it, or what? I'm gonna eat his heart.
Burn it.
Yeah.
But will he actually, though?
We've lost so many friends these past few weeks, and there's so much still to do that it seems strange to pause and gather for a moment like this. But isn't that why we fight? To save or honor even a single life? Rex would tell me to shut up and get to the point, but I know that's what he believed. He was always so confident, but also honest about his failings, so sure of himself, but the first to confess fear. It was everything I wanted and still want to be. To honor my friend and everything he meant to me, I am changing my name to Rex.
Oh.
So that much of him at least will survive. I only hope that I can live up to his courage and sacrifice. He will be deeply missed.
So you took his body and you took his name. I'm sorry, it's such a sentimental moment, but it's kind of interesting. It's funny.
I don't think I could have gotten through it. It was easier this way.
Wow, that's huge for him too, man. His emotional journey. Aww.
Rexplode was my first everything, good and bad. I'm sorry. I can't believe that he's gone. I never got to say goodbye. We hadn't talked since I moved out of the tower. When you know someone for so long, they're always the same to you. It's hard to let them change or mature, but Rex, he had changed so much. Wish I'd spent more time with him.
Me too.
I loved him. You know, even though he cheated on me so many times, it just happened so fast. I just can't. Are you smiling?
I'm sorry, I thought I lost you. But now I can't stop thinking about how even through everything, you're here and okay and... This is gonna be awkward. I don't think I'll ever get used to that.
Wait, what the hell? What the fuck was that? She losing control of her powers? Like when she took them off and made them reappear? Did she alter them by accident? Mess with their chemistry or something? Wait, oh. Oh no. Oh. How long is this gonna be a problem? I completely forgot about this shit. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Oh, is he just in fetal position, frozen? Yep. That's insane. What is this? You done picked up the wrong cargo, man. All right, what are these fuckers up to?
Thank you. Now, what do you want? You have witnessed what our ambitions have done to our world and what we have had to do to ourselves to survive. You want a new home? That is only the beginning of the delights we will achieve together.
Okay.
I know you're not always concerned about my opinion, but is this really a wise decision?
Is it conquest?
Choice, Donald. He's in a 400-ton block of tungsten steel alloy 6 miles underground. If he so much as twitches, this whole place explodes.
Wait, is he alive, or are they trying?
Consciousness. He's going to tell us everything about the Viltrum Empire and how to stop.
He did want a friend. He did want to talk, so maybe that'll work.
You were right. You were right about the Maulers. You were right about Angstrom. They hurt so many people, ruined so many lives. Angstrom almost killed you and Mom even. So if anyone else ever puts my family or anyone I love at risk, I won't hesitate to kill them.
Hot damn. Well, there it is. What do we got now? Oh, wait. He was sent back to hell. Is this who I think it is? It is. What the?
I am summoned.
Forgive me, Lord. Would not dare awaken the great beast. If did it bring welcome news, have means to restore you to infernal throne. Surface dweller of great power, likes of which this planet has not seen for eons.
A surface dweller, you say?
With abilities that far exceed any other. His blackened heart will be bound to your service, Dark One.
Wait, what?
Have discovered means of conjuring him.
Are we talking about Mark or are we talking about conquest? Dude, if he goes to hell and then gets hell powers and then whatever, because I thought he was talking about blackened heart. I mean, it could be, he could be talking about Mark now that he's discussing, you know, the fact that he's no longer going to hesitate when it comes to killing anybody that threatens their people and all this, you know? Okay, it was Bruce Campbell. I thought so. Okay. All right. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, okay, going back to what I was saying, I was like, he very well could be talking about Mark, whose heart has blackened, as he said, as he's now considering Oliver's words from earlier in the season that if anybody threatens his family, loved ones, or anything like that, it's no longer kitty gloves. He's no longer going to hold back. He will be out to kill, because he's not going to see that happen again. The more that this keeps happening, the more he keeps sparing these people, the more these threats return. Angstrom and his devastation with the Mark, with the Invincible War that came their way, with Conquest, these Viltrumites and stuff like that. You know, he's done. He's done. And that's the precipice of this arc that he has been on ever since that fight with Angstrom in season 2. This wrestling with how to navigate this, when or if is it ever okay to take a life, even down to like that moment with the Immortal in that future. And I like that he came back to that one little line during the fight with Conquest where he's like, I've seen the future and you're not in it. I mean, to be fair, he's seen multiple futures and he had not been around. So I thought that was kind of fun. But goddamn, man, just how this guy reveled in the battle, the pain, and how he was just playing with Mark. He was trying to like get him to take this more seriously in the way that he would want, because he's the guy they send places when they just need it leveled by, like he said, any means necessary. He's like, I don't even have a proper name, just Conquest. It's my goal, and it's also me. You know, like it's and it's created this, like, I like that he reflected, and it's only because it was Mark's dying moments in his eyes was that he confessed how that makes him feel, which I'm sure no Viltrumite next to Nolan has had any kind of self-reflection like that about their own emotions, or let alone feeling them. He's like, I feel alone. Sometimes so alone, I want to cry, but I don't. I just persevere. I keep pushing. You know, no one wants to be my friend. I'm so good at my job. And the more I do it, the better I get. And the better I get, the more afraid they all are of me. You know, his success is further alienating him from his people. And he's just on an island. I think he could use some therapy. And fucker's not dead. They've hidden his body away, even after Mark was like, I want to see it, I need to know for a fact, and burn it, because I know what you do with these things. Hell, the dead marks that they were able to salvage from the last episode, they've already started to turn into Reanimarks. I don't know if there's another name for them. That's what I'm calling them. That's a whole other thing there. They weren't ready to help in this fight. So, I mean, God, we haven't had a break to really do anything. Like, all these things are still in operation. We're still trying to recover from Angstrom's attack. And of course, I understand why Cecil is doing what they're doing, especially after everything that's going on, every potential deterrent that they've had, every time this happens. Mark can't fight all of these battles all alone. Again, if Mark happens to turn on them, or somebody turns Mark, whether it be with mind control or something else, you know, they need some kind of line of defense. So not burning Conquest's body as Mark would like for Cecil to have done, I understand why he didn't. To try to mine him for intel on the Viltrumites is going to be one route to go. We do have, you know, Reanimarks on the way, on the horizon, so that's a little bit of a buffer, a little bit of a help. 3 marks, better than 1. But like, the more that Mark goes through these repeated events, the more he is going to be a thorn in the side of the Viltrumite Empire. Of course, that's why they sent Conquest here. And I'm wondering how they're going to react when they don't get word that he completed his mission. Their guy that they send when they just need things obliterated, when they need the most heinous, disgusting things done to a planet to get it to fall into line with the Empire. And that guy isn't reporting in? How's that gonna go? Now, like, based on that, I would think that maybe he's the strongest that they have. Maybe it's just that he's the most psychotic, unhinged, and the most willing to, like, really kind of get his hands dirty. He just really plunges himself into this darkness that none of the others are really willing to go into. So maybe some of them are still better fighters, or stronger, faster, some other stat that they have that is above his, but he's just the one that is more of a beast, more of an animal. You know, that's what he became, because that's what made him useful. That's what gave him value. He leaned into that despite the fact that he doesn't like it. I mean, he enjoys the thrill of the fight and all of that kind of stuff, but he laments what it's done for his life in a way. I found all that really, really interesting. That's just the fact that there is that amount of self-reflection there. But I like that no matter what, the more they push Mark, push, they are making Mark a bigger threat. And not just talking about the Viltrumites, but like the enemies he's got, like with Angstrom, with the Viltrumites, with all these other people. The more they push him, the more he's willing to cross these lines and adapt. And especially after this incident where had Eve not had her mental blocks unleashed upon her almost death, she would have died. And it's because of all these times where he's not fully committing to taking the enemy out that they have the opportunity to do these things, to do this damage. And he almost lost Eve. I mean, that was a brutal moment. Like, her face was destroyed. She had a hole through her body. And had she not had those powers and those alterations and not had this programming that was allowed to loosen upon near-death circumstances, again, like if she could get a control on that, that would be wild. And even in that form, she wasn't strong enough to kill Conquest, which is insane because, like, given her abilities and all of this, and maybe it's because she wasn't really fully conscious in that moment and she just shot this energy blast. If she would had the consciousness to direct that and manifest it in another way, I mean, she could have turned him into a plant. Like, she could have just turned him into something else. Like, she could have, hell, removed everything that made him a Viltrumite. I think part of it might have just been like she wasn't conscious and that was just a defense mechanism activating, and it was just like, threat, blast it. Like, it focused on rebuilding her body and eliminating the threat, and it still wasn't able to do that. But I'm wondering if, like, again, if she was able to be conscious and use that power to alter him organically, his body, his composition, all this, could she have just wiped him out? Hell, split his atoms apart, destroyed the bonds that holds all of his molecules together. I don't know. Does that remove some stakes with that being a possibility? Maybe, but maybe that's why it's contingent. When this does happen, she can't think, she can't use it. So I don't know. So I'm wondering where that's going to go down the line and if we're going to explore that any further. But what a brutal fight. It was like I said earlier, it was 30 minutes straight of that fight. And the constant shit talking all throughout from Jeffrey Dean Morgan was fantastic. I love when he just leans into all of that and all the sadistic, fucked up shit he was just spewing all throughout this, the condescension, the playfulness he had. It made the whole fight so much more unsettling and unnerving as Mark is just getting wailed on. And then again, it wasn't a train, but he went through a whole city and a beach. He did exactly what Nolan did, just in a whole new way. You know, coming back to the conversation too about Mark and his willfulness to cross or not that line when it comes to his enemies, you know, he was like, you know, his concern for everybody else around them, his like focus, the things that are splitting his focus away from the battle, where he was like, hey, you know, while I was wailing on the kid, you probably could have came up with a plan to outsmart me, outmaneuver me, use that time to your benefit, used it as a strategic element. But of course, that's what he's not going to do. He eventually does isolate them together. And then he starts that little speech where he's just talking about what happens to a body when he's slowly pulling fucking Oliver apart like that, which of course Invincible thankfully comes conscious and just in time to like knock him the hell out, because that was just messed up. Then when Eve finally entered the fray as well, like seeing her get to utilize her abilities in all these different creative ways outside of the different ones we've seen up until this point, causing the air around them in the battle zone to get more dense to impede his movements, and just the construct upon constructs, the creativity with her abilities. They really popped off with that fight, but unfortunately he just outlasted her stamina at that point and then really tore into her. Mark had nothing he could throw. He had a single good leg, I think, left by the end of the fight. Both arms were broken. His wrist was shattered. One leg was thrown out completely, bone coming out the side. And all he had left when he had him down was his fucking forehead, and he just pummeled him to death. Hell, it got to the point where he even ripped into his shoulder when they were grappling and just tore a chunk out of his neck, dude. Like this was Mark being pushed to the edge in the way that I think Nolan was trying to do. After all of this and after these things keep happening, he's just not gonna let it happen again. The moment you start to go this route, his mission will be eliminating you. Not subduing, not pacifying. He is going to take you out. And then at the end of this whole thing, we finally have a little bit of a moment to reflect, and we get to have a little thing for Rex and his funeral, which was really touching, especially with Rudy in his speech, or Rex, now Rex. He took his body and is now taking his name. I did find that kind of funny. And then obviously how complicated this has to be for Eve and how hard it was for her to be up on the podium and even talking about it at all. And even speaking about that, like Rudy didn't go up on the podium himself because he didn't think he could emotionally make it through. So he did it through one of his robot avatars so that he could also be in the audience. I think that's also a great little evolution of his character, who had to learn how to deal with it and manage and even feel his emotions. It's just a nice little detail to show, again, just the whole evolution with Rudy, with Robot, from where we were introduced to him to now, with him now donning the name Rex. But going back to, you know, Eve, for all of its faults and all of its issues, when you're around somebody, like she said, for so long and they were such a part of your life, it becomes very complicated when you're dealing with these emotions and that loss. And now it's just like, you know, I always treated him as if he was that same guy when I first dated him, and he actually changed, matured, became a better person by the end, and they never got to spend time with that person. Now it's the regret aspect of that. But the flip side of that, you know, during that whole conversation, Mark is just like, yeah, and, you know, we got to appreciate that time. And I thought I was going to lose you, but you're here. And then they spend that time together. I thought that was really, really nice. But Darkblood finally coming back onto the scene after he had been banished back to hell, working with, I guess there's another lord ruling over hell at the moment, and he's trying to come up with a way to reinstate his former ruler back into the throne. And he's talking about there's a surface dweller that might be able to, stronger than any other, that might be able to help them with that. Again, I assume he's talking about Invincible, but he could very well also be talking about Conquest. If we get a hell revived Conquest, that would be terrifying. Then all these other things, yet again, coming back into play. We have the squids that have developed this secret colony under the city. We've got the fucking battle beast found and revived. We got whatever Angstrom and these robo dudes are getting themselves into. Lots of fun little setups to explore in the future. I've really enjoyed this season. I think I enjoyed this season probably a little bit more than season 2. I like the themes. I liked the performances. I liked everything that they were dealing with in this as far as the characters go and the characterization and just the progression of the story as well. Lots of fun little stuff for us to explore, and still a lot of that's still open for the future. And again, I'm still waiting for that moment where Mark, because now he thinks Nolan's dead. Already the reaction was going to be probably very complicated when he does eventually come back, because I imagine he's got to. And again, like I said, maybe not to Earth, maybe it's out in space if they go to fight the Viltrumite Empire, or we just make Earth the battlefield when they eventually finally come back here again. This is going to add a whole other angle to that, complication to that too, if Mark now thinks he's dead. Oh my God. I love this show. This show is so good. Anyway, that's all I got. I'm going to leave it there. I don't know what else to say at the moment, so I'm going to pass it off to you. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We're carrying the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Mandy Sherritt, Your Course Scott, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey L, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crockett, Watchtower, and Anna Paula. Thank you guys so much for continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.